What's up, Reds? Welcome to the Sunday Summary Talk Show on Nothing But Reds. Liverpool drew with Brighton yesterday. Another VAR decision goes against us. Well, two technically went against us yesterday, Steve. Did you watch the game?
Of course, I watched the game, and it's just like we won the game 3-0.
Yeah.
Like last year, or 2 years ago, it's 3-0 game. 3 points, everything's happy-go-lucky, and it's changed. Everything's changed. And
Yeah.
it's unfortunate that it's not really going our way lately. But I think things will change. We've had some luck in the past as well, and I will say, like, if I was on the other side of those decisions, I would have wanted them to go that they went the way they went yesterday.
That's a good way to look at it. And I was trying to look at the decision where Robertson kicked Danny Welbeck. I was trying to look at that from the viewpoint of a Brighton fan, and it was a penalty, Steve, right? I mean, like, you can't kick his foot in the box. I think it was the way that Danny Welbeck reacted that made me feel like
his reaction was ridiculous.
Right. It was. I mean,
he waited 10 seconds, looked around, and then dropped down and started screaming.
It was delayed.
Who calls that? Who calls that a penalty? Does he have someone in his ear?
Yeah.
It's like 2 seconds later that's saying, "Hey, blow the whistle here," because there's no way he saw that. It happened so fast. There's no way that he can see Welbeck barely tips the ball, and then Robbo doesn't touch the ball at all and nicks his toe. You can't see that in real time.
Right, but that's the whole point of it, I think. And I think that's why I was kind of like, it was in the box, right? But in real time, like, that's not a penalty. They called in real time. Because not only, this is kind of sad to think about, but because of the Welbeck action, they wouldn't have called it. Like, what the referees look for, they're watching the defender, right? But they also look at the reaction of the player. If the player has a super delayed reaction, they're not going to give it. So like that's why it wasn't given in real time. But then 27 minutes go by and they're like, let's review that one.
Okay, so that's how much time went by?
I think it was like a minute. I really don't know.
And then someone just chimed in and said, "Hey, like, let's take a look at this."
Yeah, they were like, let's go back and review this. This one looks like a penalty. But I thought VAR was in there for decisions that can be overturned directly by the referee, there's a clear error, so like offsides or whatever, right? You can't make those inch decision calls by yourself, so that's why VAR is coming in. But if you just flat out miss a penalty call, VAR shouldn't step in for that, I feel like, right?
It depends what side you're on.
I mean, that's a good point.
Dude, it's really frustrating. Look at, just go back to our goal line technology, take away VAR, and go back to normal football. It's there to prevent human error.
Right.
And it's also there kind of like as a safety precaution because, like, you don't know what's on these refs' minds. You don't know who they're out to get, who they want revenge against, who's fixing these games. I'm not saying that there's that stuff going on, but VAR puts everyone under a microscope.
Yeah.
And makes you accountable for the decisions that you make, and then also gives you a chance as a referee to say, "Hey, let me take a look at this because I'm not sure what happened here."
Right.
So,
I think there needs to be a process, right? A protocol. Like, VAR shouldn't be the first decision or the first thing you use to make a decision, right? It should be obviously on the field referees. If the referees are just going to continue to refer back to VAR, then why even have referees? Like, there needs to be the human error element in the game. And I feel like that's what the magic of the game is, right? Like, players can't even celebrate goals anymore, man.
I know. Think about if they had VAR for the last 50 years. Like, how many incredible moments would have think about it. Just typing in, like, I don't know, best football goals ever. How many of those would have been ruled off because of VAR?
That's the thing. Look at Maradona's goal. Not Maradona. Maradona's goal. Where if you look, they did like an analysis of it.
Yeah.
The one where he like heads it over the keeper and chips it in. I can't even remember what game that was, but it was like one of the greatest matches of all time. He used his hand for it, dude.
Mm-hmm.
He put his hand up and it hit off his hand. VAR rules that out. History's changed. You know what I mean?
Rules it out. Yellow card, red card. See you later.
It's like, oh, it's just absolutely nuts. Guys, let us know what you think in the chat about it. So there's that. There's also the offside decision that went against Salah. What do you think about that one?
Too close to change it.
Good point. Good point. I personally, first off, as soon as I looked at it, I was like, he's offsides. Like I can see where they put the line. His foot's offside, right? The thing is the consistency of where they make the freaking line from. They change it every game. Some people make it from the hand, and then other people make it from the main parts of the body. It needs to be consistent, dog. It needs to be consistent. But to be fair, he was offside. Now, if you go back to the Everton match, Mane's goal, I couldn't tell you who was offside. It was so freaking close. Now, the Dutch league, now I don't know if this is true. I literally just saw a meme about this. The Dutch league has like a standard error of 5 centimeters, right? And if the lines touch each other, like between the two players, the defender and the offensive player, if the lines touch each other, they don't make a decision on it because it's too close to call. And I like that. There can't just be, the lines are made by humans. So if their line is misplaced, it's going to be an error. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, it's like, it's the same thing with sports here in the US. They don't overturn something unless there's a clear and obvious error with the call on the field. So, like, I guess in this case, it would be clear and obvious error of a no call. Sure. Allowing Salah to go on that breakaway, allowing the players to play for another 8 to 10 seconds, risk injury. It's a high pressure situation there.
It is.
Like, it's too close to call with the naked eye. Don't review it. That's what I think. Maybe they do something where the judges huddle up for a minute and say, okay, what did you see? What did you see? Okay, we all saw this. This is the call on the field. Oh, guys, well, or maybe they're not sure.
Right.
Let's go take a look at the monitor. The other thing that doesn't make sense is the angle at which they show us. What are they looking at?
Bro, they literally, how are you going
to... Dude, I'm like this.
How do they determine? Seriously, they show us at like a 45-degree angle, and then they're drawing the lines. Why don't they have a freaking 120-yard stretch of camera where they can literally tap into whatever area the people are on the field, and we can look directly down the line? Who is making this?
Dude, it's insane. It's absolutely insane. This is one... I just keep comparing it to sports in the U.S., but like sports in the U.S. just have this sort of thing right. They just get it right.
They do.
And it's not that you guys have one sport over there that you just have to figure it out. The cameras, the refereeing.
They got more sports than one sport.
You know what I mean, dude. You know what I mean. Like the cameras, the refereeing. We're in 2020.
It's new, though.
We're in 2020. This should have been sorted 20 years ago.
But Steve, it's new. It's new. They're still working out the kinks, right? I'm just saying. I'm playing devil's advocate.
The goal line technology is fine. But this VAR shit, it's like, what?
Yeah.
It's not that hard, though. I feel like when I look at these videos, I can make the right decision after one take. Why did they watch it for 15 minutes? Why did they watch it for 2 minutes? And then come out with the wrong result?
I'm telling you, it's because of the angle they're looking at it, man. They're literally looking at it from the side.
It's weird. And Salah, too close to be offside. Depending on the body part, like that's an iffy one. Mane, clear offside.
Cool. See, I'm the exact opposite. Oh, you're talking about in the game yesterday.
Oh yeah, I'm only talking about yesterday.
Okay, I thought you were talking about the Everton game.
Salah goal should have stood. And Mane, I get that.
Mane clear offside. Clearly. I mean, you can literally see his body. You didn't even need to bring the lines in, right? So that's obvious. That goes without saying. It's the Salah goals, dude. It is the Salah goals and then Mane's Everton goal. Those are the two where you're like, that is so freaking close. Like, just leave it, bro.
It's crazy. I'll watch with my fiance, and she'll be like, "Wow, goal!" and I'll go, "Mm-mm." She'll be like, "Well, you're not happy?" And I'm like, "Well, we got to wait another 3 or 4 minutes to see if they review this and overturn it." I can't remember the last time we had a goal that just like felt right.
I know.
Unless it's like unless you're on the break.
Yeah,
Unless it's a counterattack and you're like, all right, well, there's no way we're offside here. Then
sure.
you can't even
Well,
celebrate.
solid opening to the show. I want to go into the chat in here. So, Karan saying I look like Nathaniel Phillips without the beard. Steve, what's your take on that?
Sure.
I've heard that's actually like the fifth person that I've seen say that, and that's pretty interesting. J.W. Young, what's up? Welcome, Ryan Johnston, Jersey Boy, welcome. Keita's in here as well. Let's go. We have Dave's LFC chat, Shane Buckley, Ahmed Shusha. We got some more people in here as well. Ishan Patel, welcome. And yeah, welcome. Good morning, everyone. So Ryan Johnson, I have no idea who was on VAR. In the thumbnail, oh, wait, no. Hold on. Someone set it up here. I think oh, no. I thought Dave said it, but it wasn't him. But yeah, Tony Madden as well. Dude, we just 8 calls. 8 calls gone against us, right? 2 yesterday. We've been lucky with the whole people missing penalties. That's pretty crazy to me. Like the last 2 penalties taken, or well, technically 2 out of the last 3 have been misses. It's crazy. I feel
we
like
know Allison's not going to save them, so.
But it's weird.
The only way we escape is if they miss.
De Bruyne misses it, and then Mapat. I can't. What the hell is his name?
Hate him. But anyways, all you have to do against Allison is put it on target. He will not save your penalty, no matter what. He'll save anything in open play, but he will not save your penalty. So just put it on target. It's that simple.
Yeah.
It's that simple. I'd score 10 out of 10 on Allison. I don't know if he's ever saved a pen, ever.
He's not a good penalty saver. He's just not. He's not. But you're right. In open play, he's great.
Hi, Sean. What's up?
Yeah. Let me go here. I want to look at the stats of the game, because if we look at like the way Brighton played, Brighton are a good squad. You got to give them a little bit of credit. But like you said, it should have been 3-0. But to me, what's crazy is like, I want to see what this looks like on this end here. Okay, good. So yeah, possession, we dominated possession 60-40, right, Steve? But then you look at the shots, right? We only managed to get 6 shots total with only 2 on target. And I think, obviously, Jota's take, the hookup was great. Salah's breakaway was great. We had some other chances as well that were deflected. I thought we played well. I was only able to watch the first half. So you got to fill me in on the second half, Steve. How did we look in the second half?
It was interesting because Salah came off.
I did see that.
And I think Mane came on.
Yeah, Mane came on, immediately scored, and then it was ruled out.
Yeah, I didn't. Salah was not happy coming off, and I wasn't either.
He was.
Klopp said, he was off for 10 or 12 days, and then he had COVID, out for 10 or 12 days. Played 60 minutes on Wednesday, and then played 60 minutes today. He didn't want to risk it. It is what it is, and I get that because we have so many other injuries. But like, you have to win these. I don't know. What do you think? I wouldn't have taken him out. He's our best goal scorer.
Well, Klopp does that.
We need goals.
No, you're right. But Klopp does that. And another thing, Steve, I forgot about this. Allison saved Jorginho's penalty.
Oh, wow. Okay, 1 in 3 years.
All I think
Don't care about that at all.
All I think about is the penalty shootout. The penalty shootout where every ball that went, even when he guessed the right direction, I was like, he's not getting there.
No. He looks. It's so weird. It's so weird.
Yeah.
But, I'd rather have Karius.
Okay.
In between the posts for penalties than
Allison. All right. I'm removing Steven from this stream.
Well, you didn't give me penning permission, so what's the point of me even being here?
Oh my goodness. But Karan saying, should we play the front 4 together or rest one of them and play the other 3? I like this 4-2-3-1 setup with Firmino right in behind. I really like that setup. I don't have a problem with it. What do you think, Steve?
I like it.
So let me look at the rest of the stats, right? when you look at, I thought Brighton, I think Brighton are good. Brighton are severely underrated, in my opinion. But tackles, 22 tackles for Brighton, all right, which for me is interesting, right? Normally we lead the game in tackles just because of our style of play. But what's weird is that we controlled possession and they had more tackles. So it seemed like they may have been winning back possession more, or maybe we just weren't as good on the ball today or yesterday. But clearance is pretty dead even. Yeah. Clearance is pretty dead even, 15-14. Corner's pretty dead even, 4-3. 2 offsides. Let's not even talk about the offsides. And then fouls conceded, 9-13. I just, dude,
we were sloppy. Sloppy. People giving the ball away. Wijnaldum. He's rock solid. He was giving the ball away. We played great overall. You could pick apart anything, but it's a team of 11 that have never played together. That's the first time that exact lineup has ever been put out on the field, as far as I know.
That's true.
With Phillips, Williams, Milner in center mid. You know what I mean? So, all things considered, to put 3 balls in the back of the net and then, by way of this annoying scenario, leave with a draw in an away game when half your team is in the hospital, it's like, if you think about it, if you zoom out big picture, it's not bad.
It's not bad.
We deserve 3 points easily.
Look, I don't care who we're playing. We beat Brighton 3-1 on the back end of last season. Now, Brighton, I think Brighton are underrated. I've said it before. 2 minutes ago, I said it. I'm just saying. The last 5 matches, we've beat them. Okay, and that we shouldn't have drawn yesterday. But the argument must be made, that's an important match. We lost 2 important points in that game, Steve.
Mm-hmm.
It is tight at the top of the table. And VAR decisions are going against us. And the injuries don't help either. It just seems like we have one complication, one barrier after another that we're fighting over. Now, someone said it earlier in the chat, Klopp shouldn't be reacting the way he does, when everything goes against him. You can't really blame the guy, though. It seems like everything goes against him. And not only that, but the call was given in the 91st minute, dog, for them to come back and draw.
We've won games at the very end as well. Last year, a handful. A lot of times they were goals that we earned. But we're talking about Danny Welbeck. I haven't seen the guy play in a decade. It was just, we played well enough to win. We put 3 balls in the back of the net. I can see Mane's coming back, but at the end of the day, we put ourselves in a position to give up 2 penalties.
Yeah.
I remember watching Liverpool for stretches of 10, 15 games and never seeing the other team get a pen because we were just so disciplined. Well, Neco Williams challenge.
Oh, no.
Most foolish challenge I've seen in a very long time.
Look, I'm trying to be inside the mind of this Neco Williams kid, okay? Neco Williams, 6 months ago, people were saying this kid is special. And when I was saying I'm still very much in the boat of Curtis Jones is the next Trent in terms of our youth players, people were saying it's Neco, all right? Neco has not proven on a consistent basis to be able to come in and make a significant difference. Now, what highlights this is yesterday's challenge. So to your point, Steve, okay? You're in the box against Connolly. You cannot lunge at him just because you want to stop the cross. You need to be smart. You don't go at him. You go parallel with him towards the line and just put yourself on the ground. You got to think about this stuff. Now, he's only 19. He's only 19. All right, and he's being thrown into a Premier League match. He's not used to it. He's used to playing in FA Cup games. But this, I feel like Klopp is definitely, there's so many bugs down in this state, Steve. I can't stand it. All right. There's these, Klopp is in this guy's ear saying, you can do this. You got to be smart. What's your take on that? Do you discipline Neco or do you just let it slide because he's young and experienced? But that was
football 101. It's the first thing you learn is you don't tackle somebody
in the box.
Physically right near your own goal. You learn that when you're 4 years old. So he's had 15 years of knowing this. So no, he doesn't get a pass. People are abusing him on social media. I haven't seen any of that. That's just not right. And like, I don't even want to talk about that. We're not here to be therapists for the
But
whole scenario.
listen. You pause for a second. I just want to say this: how our fans, or maybe not even our fans, but how people abuse players on social media after one mistake in a sport is so beyond me. It's ridiculous. It was happening to Wijnaldum. It was happening to oh God, who was there? It was literally, I can't even remember who was happening.
Lovren.
Thank you, Lovren. Jeez, how did I forget Lovren? Lovren,
Mignolet, Karius, all of them, all the scrubs.
I hate it, bro. Like, you are, and I made a video about this on the channel, and it was very controversial. Like, a lot of people were like, you can't like tell me, like, you cannot be verbally abusive to a player just because he had a bad game. Sure, you can criticize him. Steven, you were very critical of the team after the Community Shield. That's fine, right? You had some very cold takes, like Curtis Jones. I never want to see him play in my squad again. Pretty stupid, but you should not be abusing players.
I didn't say that, by the way. I said I didn't want him taking pens for a trophy. Nope, Kyle.
Nope. Verbatim.
Replay it. I don't want to see these guys taking penalties for a trophy. That's what I said. I didn't think Curtis Jones was going to be this good. I'll be the first one to say I was wrong, but I never said I don't want to see him play for my club ever again. I said you probably won't see him play again until December, and I don't want him taking pens.
You did. All right. To be fair, you did say that. But sorry, I interrupted you.
Whatever. Okay, so the Neco Williams situation. The abuse. Like, I don't want to talk about that. We just got that out of the way. All things considered, you just don't take that angle. You don't run up behind him that close. Cut him off.
Well, he was trying to recover.
Cut him off.
Trying to recover. He was wrong-footed. Connolly beat him to the line, and he was just trying to recover.
And it was one of the most pathetic excuses of a recovery attempt I've seen.
It was pretty bad.
Like, dude, you have to go. You got to take a different. You're not going to chase him down from behind.
Yeah.
You are slow as dirt compared to that guy.
Yeah, someone's saying like, my turtle is faster than him.
I just don't like Neco Williams has plenty of speed. I guess. Like, I don't look at him and think, oh, he's got no pace. I think he's fine. But that guy Connolly is just like really quick, really fast. It's just, what are you doing? And it's not that he doesn't know it, because of course he knows it. If I know it, if you know it, Kyle, he knows it.
He knows it.
It's like, you have to be smarter than that.
You do. Mark Cox says Neco needs to learn when to tackle. You got to stand your player up and see down the line. Yeah, and I need to go back and watch the build-up to the situation. From what I just remember, he was trying to make the recovery, and Connolly beat him to the line. I think a lot of it is inexperience, Steve. Like, I'm just going to play devil's advocate here. I think it was a close game. He knew it was going to be a battle, and he was like, look, I'm just going to go in aggressively and stop it. But I don't think in that situation he needs to realize, like, I can't give away a penalty. Like, they have VAR now. They're going to be able to, even if it's not called a penalty on the spot, they're going to be able to look at it and say, oh, that's a penalty, because it clearly wasn't shoulder to shoulder. Connolly knew he was coming. Connolly looked over his right shoulder and put a shoulder out, leaned into him. So Connolly created the contact in a way. But Neco needs to know you don't go into that.
Yeah, we've seen Mane set people up for that so many times.
Mane is a king at it. King at it. He'll literally put his foot in and block out a defender and then just go down. He's incredible at it, to be fair.
The thing with Neco is, like, Trent's had terrible games at right back. Terrible games. But he's not out there giving up penalties.
Fair.
Like,
I'm trying to remember if he's ever.
He's also an insane threat going forward, and we know that. So a lot of times Trent gets a pass. But if you don't bring much else to the team, except for shoddy defending at right back, and you're going to make mistakes like this, and like I can't really remember the last time I've gone, wow, what a game by Williams. Every time he's in, it's like,
Steve, the sample size is small.
Well, we've seen him played in 10 games
total, like over the past. Yeah. I mean,
that's year 10. We've seen him play 10 times or whatever.
But think about the age over those years: 17, 18, 19. It's like, but he's still super young.
I get that. But this tactic of tracking back and getting a better angle on the attacker and not diving in from behind is something that you learn a very long time ago. So I don't know if he's just tired, if he's delirious, if he's hallucinating. But Klopp will talk to him. He knows better. He knows better. And it's just like there's a reason he puts Milner back there over Neco Williams.
Hey, I'm not going to say I was right, but last week I was saying I trust Milner more at right back. But listen, that's not what this show's about. That's not what this show's about. Let me go into the chat. We've kind of been ranting. I just want to say good morning to some people. Shayna, good morning. Tony Madden, of course. Tony Madden, channel legend and channel member. Downturn Abbey, recently new channel member. Welcome, everybody. Connor Crosby in the chat and Ricky Swift. Graham Rogers as well. Graham, this is perfect. Yeah, it was that was a gut-wrenching at the end of the game. Literally, it's just like 90 minutes shows up, we're holding them off, and then that happens. It's just absolutely horrible. But Abdallah saying Klopp should not have subbed the biggest threat to play Jota out of position. This made Brighton so comfortable to attack without fear. Yeah, I mean, it could go one or two ways. You take Salah off, and then Mane scores, but it was ruled offside, right? So at the time of the goal, Klopp looks like a freaking genius. But then after the VAR decision, you're like, oh, wait, Klopp's an idiot for taking him off. So it could go either way.
Well, when you have Virgil van Dijk, you can take off Mo Salah and not even blink because you know the other team's probably not going to score. And you're probably not going to give up a pen.
I don't know why Sepp Vandenberg wasn't subbed on for Salah. That's my question.
I don't know why he didn't start at right wing either. Anyways,
okay.
That's a topic for another time.
So Tony Madden saying Williams has got skills but no experience. Yeah, exactly. He was only on because of all the injuries. He will get better. If it's just we can afford the games for him to learn. That's right. But that's the other argument of this. Couldn't right now it's too early to tell. But those 2 points that we lost yesterday were significant, Steve.
The answer is no. We can't afford it.
We can't.
Of course we can't. Yeah. But Milner's out now. But Trent's close. Trent will be back.
Trent's recovery delayed a little bit, okay? But hold on, I'm going to keep going here. Seek Chan, Southampton is just amazing. I like Southampton, man. I just like how they're playing. Connor Crosby saying, tough to know with Neco. Agree with Steven. He hasn't really shown anything for us to say, yes, he'll be a superstar someday. He might be decent, but can't see him ever being a regular starter. Not with Trent in front of him. And not with Milner in the lineup. There's just no chance. There's no chance. Now, one thing I do want to say, Steve, that you brought up about the whole going forward thing. I've seen games where Neco going forward, and I'm like, this kid is good, right?
He's got like
in the final third. He's technically sound.
Technically, like in terms of dribbling.
Yes.
But he's not particularly good with crosses or putting in through balls. I think he plays with a lot of energy, and like sometimes just like Curtis Jones, like sometimes I'll be like, oh wow, that was a nice move, nice little step over there. Like right. he's good in that aspect.
Right.
He's young. He could become great. I don't know, but like it's the same thing I said last year, and I've said it a million times. We have a window of opportunity here. Maybe it's 2 years, maybe it's 4 years to try to get as much silverware as we can. Like we have to be realistic and put our best foot forward as often as we can. And He's just not part of our best foot at all.
Look, I agree. Of course, we would much rather have Trent and Milner put a hell of a performance against. Who was the last team we played that we got the win? Remind me. That Milner played it right back. Was it? It wasn't the Champions. It definitely wasn't the Champions League game. What was the game before the Champions League game? Where Milner was just incredible. The game. The Leicester game. Thank you. Jesus. Thanks, Steve, for your help. I appreciate it. Yeah.
Milner was daydreaming.
Milner was absolutely incredible. Everyone was incredible. And what's nuts is that you go away in the Champions League. Or actually, no, we didn't even have to go away. It was a home match. We get smacked. And then we go away to Brighton. And we're playing a lineup that you said earlier. We had never played on the field together.
But we win the game.
I know. But it's just, I don't know.
What else are we supposed to do as a team? Like, what could we have done differently yesterday? We put nothing. 3 balls in the back of the net.
Literally nothing.
Exactly. So there's no knock on the performance of our players from yesterday. Sure, we can nitpick Neco Williams with the penalty, but like we put 3 balls in the back of the net, so we're past that. Thiago came on and gave away a pen in his first 2 minutes against Chelsea. No one's talked about that, Kyle. No one's mentioned it.
Oh my God.
But like because we beat Chelsea and he played great.
Right. Right.
If VAR didn't happen, you and I may have said, yeah, that Neco Williams, he really needs to sharpen up. But then we'd be on to the next topic. We played good enough to win.
All that matters is the final result, right? And if the final result goes against you, you're going to look at the match and say, what went against us in that match? And you're going to blame that scenario, whether it's a player, whether it's a VAR decision. That's just how fandom works.
Mm-hmm.
It just is. It's just how it works. Like, for example, in my video yesterday, I brought up that Ziyech hasn't really gotten off the starting block at Chelsea, right? But Chelsea fans are raving about him. They're like, he's the best player in the world. We're the same way with Keita. Anytime Keita makes a successful pass, we're like, Keita's the best player in the world. He's absolutely incredible. It's just how the bias works. But I get what you're saying.
By the way, Keita, I don't think we've spoken since.
We got to talk about Keita.
I mean, it's over, right?
No, it's not. It's not. People, what's his face?
Was he out for 6 weeks and then came back and got hurt in 10 minutes?
It wasn't 10
No, I'm
minutes.
not kidding. Was it 30, 40, 50? Like what? It's over, Kyle. It's over.
Stop. It's not over.
What are we paying this guy? How much money does he make?
I don't know. He probably makes like 100-ish a week. Probably.
So he's what are we paying him for?
I can't answer that because he's injured. Like, you're right. I get your point.
Okay.
I get your point. I know. I get your point. But Craig from on Anfield Agenda brought up a great argument. He was really, it was just a great question saying, has Keita been a flop? The answer is no. The kid is just injury prone beyond all belief. You can't say someone's a flop unless they play consistently and they're trash. Okay? When Keita plays, he's decent. He is. He's decent. He doesn't have bad games, really. And, I mean, would you agree?
Well, there's a difference between a flop and someone who just can't stay healthy and is taking up.
It's literally what I just said.
Right. Oh, I'm just reiterating it.
Oh, okay.
But, like, when Keita plays, I'm never like, wow, what? Dude, I don't know if. Has Keita ever gotten a 9 out of 10? 10 out of 10? Maybe.
Against Chelsea last season.
After the restart?
Yeah, where he had a screamer.
I remember that. That was about time.
It was a good game for him. Okay, he's on 125K a week. So,
man of the match performances, how many?
I don't even know if he's had one, Steve.
Because Nat Phillips has 2, in my opinion.
Nat Phillips is a legend.
2.
Yo, all right, listen, I'm going to take a poll in the chat right now. Everyone in the chat, just give me a yes or a no if I look like Nat Phillips. I just need to know. Okay? Because I've seen 3 people say it this morning, and I think it's funny, but I just need a yes or a no in the chat. Let's see. Yeah, Southampton's up 2-0. Let's go. Ox is supposed to come back. I forgot Ox played for us, to be honest with you. Let's see what else we got in here.
Ox, oh man.
Okay. Oh, we got yes. Yeah. Oh God, the yeses are rolling in. Jesus. Steve, I had no idea, man.
I don't know. A little bit.
Yes, if you grew a beard. Well, I just shaved it. Like, I had one, and I just
no crap, Kyle.
Yeah. Well, people are saying if you grew a beard. I had one. But anyways, let's talk about the table, right? Let's talk about the table. I don't even know where we're at in the table now. What are we?
Hold up. We're number 1.
Hold on a second. I haven't looked at the table.
Can you hear these dogs barking?
Oh, wow. We're first. How are we first? That's pretty crazy. Okay, so we're top of the table.
Did you hear me?
Okay. What'd you say?
Can you hear these dogs barking?
No, not at all.
Okay, good.
Yeah. But
pull up the table. We are number 1.
We are number 1. And I'm looking at it right now. Let me pull it up. All right. We're number 1. Okay. Pretty incredible. Southampton in the middle of the match right now. Southampton, you got to give credit to Southampton. They have good players on the pitch, but they're not like world-class players. They're just great role players, and they're doing well. And Leicester kind of falling off a cliff here. You got to give Tottenham credit too. I mean, dude, I just think it's incredible that we're at top of the table.
I don't think it's that incredible. Like, we just are a better team than these other teams.
When I say incredible, I mean after the result yesterday with the table being so tight, do we have a game? No, okay, so we have a game in hand on 3 of the top 5. So that's what I was saying. Okay.
Oh, they have
So
a game in hand on us.
that's what you know what I'm saying. That's what I meant. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for clarifying. And if you look at the form, we haven't lost, but then you look or in our last 5. But if you look at like Everton, what the hell happened to Everton, dude?
They're
Look at-
Everton.
Like
You can't be surprised by this, Kyle.
I'm not no, I'm not surprised, but it's like what happened, dude? It's like a switch flipped.
And the same thing is going to happen to Tottenham.
You think?
Tottenham's not going to keep pace with Liverpool, whether we have Van Dijk or not, or Allison or not. At the end of the year, I think you're going to see Man City up there with us.
I don't even see Oh, there they are at 8th. Okay.
Yeah, well, they just dropped 5 yesterday on, I think, Burnley.
Dude, you know what's funny, dude? I went to watch. I was watching all the highlights last night, and I went to the Man City match, and I was like, "Oh, this could be a good game," because usually the thumbnail lets you know like who won. But I was like, "All right, I'm gonna go to the description," and the description said Man City put 5 past Burnley after Mahrez's hat trick, and I said, "Nope, not watching that. I cannot stand watching Man City put 5 past a team. It's just so annoying." All right, so literally
Mahrez was incredible yesterday. I do like Mahrez.
I cannot stand that guy.
I don't like anyone on that team. I do respect De Bruyne.
I swear to God,
like Mahrez.
You like Mahrez?
I like the play. I think he's a great player.
His attitude is so bad, Steve.
What attitude? I don't watch Man City games, so I don't know. I just like his
no. The whole transfer. Okay, he pulled a Coutinho, Ousmane Dembele, trying to get away from Leicester. He didn't show up to training. He was picking fights in training. He was doing fake injuries to get out of there to go to Man City. I can't respect a non-professional player. Like, that is so unprofessional. It's not even funny. But anyways, so I might have to change my name to Nathaniel Phillips next stream. I think that's what I'm going to go with. Okay, so Matt, but this dog, my family has a Great Dane in Florida. Great Danes are massive, dude. They're like the coolest dogs, and he's like clawing. He wants to be on the show. He's clawing at the glass here. Yeah. So let's go here. Hey, Doug. Doug's in the chat. What's up? 2-0 Southampton. I absolutely love it, dude. Yeah, no, Ahmed. Mahrez has a trash personality, but yes, on the field he's good. I do agree with that. I was specifically talking off the field. But Steve, I want to ask you about this. What did you think about Minamino getting the start?
I think he's just a body out there.
At this moment, I agree with you.
He offers nothing.
So far.
Work rate.
Great work rate, right? Right now,
you know me, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Like he offers nothing.
I sugarcoat things because I'm an optimist.
Right.
But Minamino, technically he's good, but you're right, he just hasn't shown anything yet. Like anytime I've seen him play, right, he had the one goal. It was in the was it in the Community Shield where he scored? I think it was in the Community Shield where he scored his first one.
It was
at Wembley.
We didn't score in that game. Wasn't it 0-0 and then pens?
What game was it?
He scored in a preseason game.
Was it
an exhibition game?
Okay. Well, he scored one. But dude, Jota thank God we signed Jota, because if we didn't sign Jota, there would be a serious problem going forward.
Yeah, no joke.
Yeah. A lot of people
Keita, Ox. I mean, we'd have to push Henderson up more, but we've seen them do that in the past. Yeah.
And Ricky Swift, talking about Mahrez, I'm strictly talking since he's been at Man City, he's been fine from what I've seen. But it was when he was trying to leave Leicester, what he was doing. So let's go here. Yeah, no, it was the Community Shield. I knew it was the Community Shield. He scored in the Community Shield.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm wrong.
No, you're good.
Minamino and Firmino cannot start together. Yeah, Minamino shouldn't start at all, no matter what.
He's just not ready yet. The good news is he's not injury prone, knock on wood.
I don't know if he will be ready.
Why do you say that, though?
Because I haven't seen any improvement at all. He looks the same as the first time I ever saw him play. I don't know. I literally don't know. Like, I haven't.
He hasn't done anything yet. Like
I know. That's the point, Kyle.
Can't judge him yet.
That's the point. Like you said, when Keita comes in, you're like, okay, he belongs here. He can play at this level. Even with Fabinho in the beginning, I was like, this guy needs to get it together ASAP. But he did.
He did.
But it's not like Minamino's like in his second month. We've had him for damn near a year.
Wow, you're right.
This man has what? Does he have any stats at all in the league or in the Champions League? Any goals or assists?
I don't think so, bro.
Coming from just like an absolute savage on his last team to nothing.
Well, that was the same thing with Keita. Keita was a savage on his last team.
But Keita has put up numbers when he's played. Keita played a big part in our Champions League run of 2019 against Bayern. So he's...
Yeah. No, you're right. Now, Steve, let me ask you this. I know against Leicester we were without Henderson, but without Henderson yesterday, or at least, did he come on in the second half?
Yeah, and he looked great.
Okay, so do you think that played a big role in the result yesterday? Even though VAR was the main culprit, I know. What do you think?
Do I think it played a role that he was off for the first half? Is that what you're asking me?
Did you notice a difference is what I'm saying? 'Cause normally we notice a difference.
Mm-hmm. Just like Firmino.
Against
like
Leicester,
Firmino.
We didn't. Or at least I didn't.
No, I did.
Against Leicester?
We still scored against Leicester, yeah, but it didn't look the same.
Oh, my God. I thought everybody played insanely well against Leicester.
Yeah, but it's just not the same. When Henderson's not on the pitch, they don't switch the field as often. The game is a little bit more direct, if you will. Henderson's just a little bit more creative in the midfield than the other guys in terms of, like I said, switching, through balls over the top, those one-touch crosses that he likes to whip in. It's just that we're a little bit more unpredictable when Hendo's there, and then when we're off our game, he's the engine that drives it. So when he came on in the second half yesterday, I was like, wow, this looks a lot better.
Sure.
Okay. I don't think it has anything to do with the result. We put 3 in the back of the net. I'm fine with yesterday's performance personally, except for the penalties given away.
I got you. And yeah, Doug, appreciate it, man. Thanksgiving was good. Steve, how was your Thanksgiving?
Standard. Solid.
Yeah. Standard. Solid. Yep. Yeah. Watch some football. American football.
Yes, I did.
Yeah. I only caught the Dallas-Washington game, but nothing crazy. They're both so bad that it was actually kind of competitive. So let's go here. Tony Madden thinks he improved the team performance when he came on. Ahmed said, I don't know, boys. I still have hope when it comes to Minamino. Well, so do I. Shakira needs to stop getting injured, and we got to sell Origi while we can. That's another thing I wanted to bring up with you, Steve. After Origi in the Champions League, people are just saying his time's done. Was he that bad?
I didn't catch I watched that game, but mainly the second half.
Ooh, Steve.
What?
Someone's calling you a pessimist, bro.
Literally just said I had no problem with the performance yesterday. We're top of the league because we're better than every other team. Karan. I'm very critical.
He is. So Steven's the critical.
I'm very critical, but I'm also very realistic. We are the best team in the league no matter what.
Yeah. So Steven, the reason I like this show is because Steven is the critical, realist, raw fan, whereas I'm the optimist, like, you got to give him a chance kind of fan. So
everyone that's watched the show knows that I say positive things all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. Man. So after seeing the table, to be fair, to be honest with you, I didn't think we were top of the table. I'm actually glad I looked at it. So now my mindset has completely changed. But like I said, these teams have, I didn't mean to do that. We're just kicking Steve out of the stream. It makes me it makes me feel a little bit better, to be honest with you. But Tottenham's playing Chelsea today, aren't they?
Yeah, it's going to be a good one. 11:30. I'm going to watch that.
I'm 100% going to watch that game.
Eastern, 11:30 Eastern, whatever that is for you guys. I don't know where you guys are at.
It's 4:30 if you're in the UK.
We got people all over the world in here.
And that's what's awesome. I just want to thank everyone for being in the stream, man. We got people that tune in every single week. And you guys are awesome. You guys are awesome. I mean, if you're this dedicated to the channel, check out the channel membership. You get exclusive behind the scenes looks at stuff. And really, Tony Madden right here, he's a channel member, channel legend, really. And then Downturn Abbey was in here earlier. Check it out, guys. But again, we're just thankful that everyone's here. And JW Young saying we need both types of fans. Exactly. And that's why I like doing the show with Steve. Like when I'm by myself, I need that other point of view to keep me in check. You know what I mean? So. But
everyone's saying we need that game to be a draw today.
The Chelsea-Tottenham game?
Chelsea-Tottenham game. But why?
Well, let's look at the standings, and we'll see if we can break it down.
Either way, if it's a draw or if Chelsea win, then we're still tied with 21 points, I think. If it's a draw, then we're tied with Tottenham, and Chelsea's still 3 points behind or 2 points behind.
Well, actually, Tottenham goes top if they draw.
Why? Goal differential?
Yes.
Okay. That aside, because remember, we're 1/4 of the way through the season.
Right.
I think it's important for people to remember not to stare at the table.
I don't stare. I didn't even know where we were.
That's good. That's good on you.
Yo,
I do look. I do look. What?
Ahmed is in LA, waking up at 6:30. Or no, since we started the show at 8, 3-hour difference. 5. Ahmed's been in here. So Ahmed, it's mad early over there, man. Are you just getting up, or have you not gone to bed yet? Credit to you. Credit to you. Jesus. No, that's the thing. Ahmed, we can't have Tottenham win. I really don't want either of them to win. I would hope it's a draw too.
It's going to come down to, for the people that truly believe that Chelsea and Tottenham will be there in the end, because that's how I feel about Man City, it's going to come down to the head-to-head performances.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what it always is. Maybe not so much with Man City because we already played them. Yeah. And they're a few points behind. But like I was just watching the pregame yesterday for the Liverpool game, and she was like, how are Manchester City 14th place? And I was like, they're like 6 points behind. It's really not that big of a deal. They could win 10 straight games, and people would completely forget that they were in 14th place.
Right. It's early. It's early. I mean, Man United were at
way too early
place. They were in 16th place 2 weeks ago. 16th, dog.
Mm-hmm.
When was the last time Man United were in 16th
Pull the
place?
table up again. Let's take a look at this. Not just all right, let me put you on full screen here.
All right. So let's we all know who's in the top 5. Let's look at 6 and below, okay?
0-0 draw today. I'd be cool with that.
I just want to go on record as saying I predicted Sheffield United would go down. And as of right now, that's what it's looking like. I think last year was a fluke. But
so Man United's down 2-0. Did we already say that?
Yeah. They're losing to Southampton, dude. So if Man United loses today, I'm trying to think here. They have 13. Crystal Palace already played. Brighton already played. So they would
scroll up. Just scroll up. Where does 16 points put you? It puts you at Everton. So let's just say, so they're 3 points back of the top 6.
That's the thing. The table is so tight.
Yeah, because we've only played 9-10 games.
It's unbelievable, dude. But like you look Everton from 6th to 12th, it's between 16 and 14 points.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. So like the number all the way to the left, the actual ranking does not matter.
No. You got to look at
because you could play on a Wednesday and jump and win and jump up 7 places and have a game in hand, or the other teams have a game. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's too tight.
But oh my God, Sheffield United is just not performing, dude. Like at all.
It's really bad.
It's really, really bad. But let's go back to the chat here. Oh my God, Ahmed gets up at 4:30. I give you super credit. I can't remember the last time I got up at 4:30. Ward-Prowse is on fire. Ward-Prowse is on fire. Yeah, Ollie getting sacked this week. Hope not, though. Well, Man United have come out and said they're behind him 100%. I just don't understand. Like,
bring in Pochettino. He'll get fired again in 6 months. I don't know.
The thing is, dude, with
bring in Rooney. That's perfect.
I guess.
Solskjaer, see you later. Bring in Pochettino. He folds under the pressure. 6 months gone. Rooney comes in, takes over like Frank Lampard, and then Gerrard comes in, and it's this sick Premier League reunion crap for the next 20 years. How about that?
All I want to say, you're breaking up a little, Steve. So all I want to say is this, man. Like, not Pochettino, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, like, Man United needs some continuity. And I think that's what their goal is with keeping Solskjaer at the wheel. Like, they need some continuity.
They had one good stretch. When Pogba was playing out of his mind, they won like 9 straight games. When he first came on. And after that, it's just been inconsistent, turbulent. People can say what they want about Bruno Fernandes and his penalties. Without him, they would be the worst team in the league.
Dude, Bruno Fernandes is their best player, hands down.
Yeah, he's their best all-around player. Now that De Gea is crap, Pogba can't stay fit.
Don't even get me started.
Rashford and Martial. Like, Martial had a solid year last year, and so did Rashford, but Rashford just hasn't lived up to what he could have been.
Great person, though. Absolutely incredible.
Right,
person.
and of course, and I think part of that is that he just hasn't had great managers. Like, Klopp would get the most out of him.
You know, I
would have him scoring 22, 23 goals a season, in my opinion.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're right. You did have a good point. As soon as Solskjaer took over, there was that honeymoon period where Man United were like unstoppable. And I think Doug is talking about this. They won 12 straight games and Arsenal beat them. Yeah, but yeah, ever since then, that's what he's talking about. And this sun is getting brutal here. But basically, they're trash now. And even though they're in 14th place, like if we go back to the table here, right, and we look at where they're at, what do they have? 13 points, and that only puts them 3 points back of the top 6. Okay, so to be fair, like we said before, they're not that far back, but I think it's just the overall performance, dude. Like, Man United historically are incredible, and they're just not living up to that potential right now at all. But I think
happens when one of the best managers of all time is gone. Ronaldo's gone, and it
just falls.
Yeah.
And I think
welcome to mediocrity. We were there.
I think it comes down to team morale, to be honest with you, because to be fair, the skill is there. Because like you were saying, if they had a better manager, they would be up in the top 6, right? But I think it really comes down to team morale. I really do.
Well, I think they'll finish there. I think they're underperforming for sure. But like, just imagine you get dropped into the middle of the field. Like, you just come down from like a spaceship and you land in the middle of Old Trafford right on the pitch, and you look around and you look back, you see Lindelof and Harry Maguire, Luke Shaw or Tellez or whoever that guy is that they spent an arm and a leg for. And you kind of just like look around, you see like McTominay, you see like
Fred.
I'd be like, Fred, who's the other guy? Matic? Oh, David De Gea back there. I'd look around and be like, oh my God, get me out of here. No wonder there's no team morale. You got Bruno Fernandes diving all over the place for his life just to secure draws. It's crazy. And I haven't seen Daniel James play in a while. I feel like
that's weird to me, dude. And Steve, what do you want to comment on this here? You got to step it up, Steve.
I want to see more content on Instagram page, or I'm going to unfollow. Oh. What? Ha 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 ha.
Steve's salty about that.
Well, I need more followers.
But yeah, let's go follow the Instagram page. Steve does a great job over on the Instagram page. I have been slipping because I haven't been sending him the thumbnails to promote. So that's my fault. But
I think I posted 3 posts in the last 24 hours. So I really need to pick it up. Sorry. We're not a news channel. Keep that in mind. We're not a Liverpool news channel.
I do provide some
well,
news.
Yeah.
Though.
Well, yeah. But I'm not a newscaster.
Yeah, the Instagram
I can't keep up with that. I'm not. Yeah. It's not my career, so I can't.
Yeah. So Steven, are you on Twitter?
Am I on Twitter?
Yeah.
I have a Twitter account. I haven't used it since probably 2015, but yeah, I got one.
Oh, shoot. So that's a no.
What?
That's a no. Follow us on social media, guys. Follow us on social media.
Are you on Twitter? Yes, I am. What's my Twitter?
Yeah, Shane is saying, imagine Bruno Fernandes winning the Golden Boot at the end of the season for the amount of penalties they get. That is what's nuts, dude.
That won't happen.
It better not.
It would be nuts, but it won't
It
happen.
would be nuts. How many goals does he have from open play this season?
More than any other midfielder. So before we bash him,
okay,
like we have to remember he is a great footballer.
That goes without saying. He's
player.
fantastic. He's fantastic.
I just don't know, and I don't really watch Man United games. Like I don't have the time to be able to watch every game, unfortunately. But I just constantly get updates on my phone. Man United penalty. Bruno Fernandes slots home a penalty, and I'm like, how is this happening?
Yeah.
Jeez.
It's just nuts. It's nuts to me. But you go back and look, honestly, there was one, I can't remember who they were playing, dude. It might have been Aston Villa, but where Bruno Fernandes literally like got stepped on by the Aston Villa player and they gave a penalty to the Aston Villa guy. Or no, wait. Did I get that backwards? You know what I'm talking about, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm trying to remember. That is what's ridiculous to me. That particular play. But we've talked enough about Man United. Let's move on from Man United. Steve, what are your closing thoughts after this week? Pretty frustrating week, I'd say. Tough week, but still top of the Champions League group, right? Still top of the table. So you got to look at this in a positive light, I think.
Oh boy. Kyle, you blocked me on Twitter since 5 months.
Wait,
anyways.
hold on. I did? Oh, God. Getting called out on the stream. Yeah,
that's all right. We're getting called out today, and that's fine.
No, that's fine. I encourage it. I need to I'll have to go unblock you. Because there was one person, and I thought it was the same person, Abdallah, that made a new account. There was one person, and I don't think it was Abdallah. There was someone who was trolling me because I made a tweet about Firmino, and they kept tagging me in these compilations. It may have been Abdallah, but I think this was way before that. But yeah, no. If I was getting trolled, I've only blocked like 3 people. But if I'm getting trolled, I'll block you. So I'll have to unblock you. You gotta send me. Well, you can't because you're blocked. So yeah.
Just go to your blocked list and unblock. Anyways, who cares? So speaking of that, closing thoughts. Tough week. Champions League, pathetic. Not necessarily surprised. Atalanta has no shot of anything other than advancing in this Champions League group. So they played like their hearts depended on it. Like like they were going to die if they didn't win that game. Nonetheless, should have won and we didn't. So that sucks.
Yeah.
Firmino. Speaking of Firmino, I think he's back. Still needs to sharpen it up a little bit, but he looks solid. He doesn't look tired. And he could have had a hat trick last week, so that's something we didn't talk about either. VAR.
Right. Abdallah, I'll unblock you. Go ahead, Steve.
VAR. We talked about that for the first 20 minutes of the show. Figure it out. It's not rocket science. It's not rocket. Other sports have it down pat. Easy.
Yeah.
It's not rocket science.
Yeah.
Put out a list of what the rules are and go off that every single time.
Right.
Not armpit one day, shoulder the next day, toe one day. And also straighten up that angle. I can't be like this.
So Steve froze. Oh, he's back. Steve, let me ask you a question.
Because I can't do this anymore.
Steve's breaking up a little bit, but I just want to bring this up, and this is what I'll say about VAR. When you see the 100-meter dashes in the Olympics, and they're judging who's winning, they're going directly down the line. Directly down the line. They're not in section 205 in the corner looking at it and drawing a line and saying who won. They're looking at it from the side. That's what VAR needs to do.
It's
I don't know
crazy,
why
man.
they're not doing it.
Like if you go to measure like a piece of wood, like do you measure it like this? Or do you look right down the line and measure
You
it?
look right at it, and you're like, this is straight. It's like, I don't get it, dude. It's like they're making an extra step for themselves. They're like, all right, we'll look at it from the side, but we'll use straight lines to make sure it's straight.
Why has no one talked about that? Is it because I'm assuming it's because they have one camera in a fixed location down in the corner, and they don't have one that moves like all the NFL stadiums have.
They need to have that. They must have the technology, the 360 technology, where they can zoom in on any point.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't they have that? The Premier League is the richest league in the world. How can they? They might, yeah.
I don't know about that.
It is 100% the richest league in the world. There's no question. If there's a richer league, please tell me.
What do you mean by rich league? What the owners are worth? Or
no, I just mean the overall money that the league brings in, like the TV deals, like the broadcasting rights, the net worth of the teams, the players, the wages. Everything screams money about the Premier League. Get a 360 camera.
I know it.
It's unbelievable. But Reds,
I might just buy one for him.
Steve is going to get it for the Premier League for Christmas. Here, guys, here's a 360 camera so you don't screw up any more VAR calls.
Yeah, seriously, I just want another trophy, guys. So, like, stop screwing this up.
Reds, thank you everyone for tuning in this morning. It's been a good show on the road. I'm actually kind of excited. Steve, you got any closing thoughts, my man?
Nope.
I'm pumped to watch this Tottenham-Chelsea game.
Yeah, that's going to be a good one. I'm going to have that on.
Yeah. Reds, thanks again for tuning in. Make sure you check out the social media down below. And, of course, subscribe if you're new. Give it a thumbs up. Share the stream with someone. And until next time, take care, Reds.